Alviss at the gambling house. He did not gamble there per se, rather he liked the craft beer produced by the owner. I said to the guard outside of the establishment, "Can you let me in for a second? I'm only here to deliver this letter to Alviss from Lady Margaret." "Sure, go on ahead, Joseph, and if you get in trouble, just shout and I will come to your aid," said the guard, opening the door for me, he added. "And the bar is to the right, just past the table of crabs." While walking around the vestiges of debauchery, I wondered why the guard knew my name. I suppose that my mother must have told him about me. She always worried whenever I went out on an errand. Practically all the guards and soldiers knew they had to keep an eye out for me. I have run through the first two rooms, always trying to keep out of the line of sight of the drunkards. My mother always warned me about the drunk's bad habit of making sport of people with my small stature. I eventually found the bar. I was surprised to see Chicot sitting beside Alviss. They were sitting in a small table towards the corner of the bar area. Alviss seemed to be asleep, with a mug resting sideways, his contents spilled on his beard and part of his face. Chicot was drinking a stew. From time to time he would steer daggers at pickpockets who would try to take advantage of Alviss's drunk stupor. I sat down beside Chicot and asked him, "When is Alviss going to wake up?" "In an hour or two," answered Chicot. "Can you give him this letter when he wakes up?" I asked Chicot, handing him the letter. "No, I'm not your messenger," said Chicot playfully. "Stop being a brat and do me this favor," I insisted. I don't wanna, yelled Chicot, throwing his football across the table. It cracked as it broke in the ground. The sound of the broken ball roused Alviss from his stupor. He woke up with a dazed look. His aqua blue eyes stared at his surroundings. He cleaned his curly white beard with a handkerchief. I grimly noted his strong muscular arm, which showed itself beneath his plain white shirt. When he saw me, he grimaced and he spat on the floor. Jeering, he said, "Well, if it isn't Caroline's little gentleman, what brings you to this here surroundings? Come to gape at the old pigs of Blacksmith." Chicot was covering his mouth to mute his laughing fit. He found the uncomfortable situation he had placed me quite amusing. Indeed, I dreaded having to speak with Alviss directly. As I was not speaking, Alviss said, punching the table, "Well, what do you want, boy?" I reached into my pocket and I laid the letter on the one spot on the table devoid of beer, soup, and grime. Alviss picked up the letter and said to me, far too close for comfort, "A love letter you shouldn't have." Time, bro?
11 minutes.
I pushed my chair back to put out some distance away from his pungent breath. Chicot yanked his beard once and said, "Dad, just read the letter already." Alviss sank back on his seat and he breathed a sigh of relief. He was looking at the roof in a daze, his hands absent-mindedly reaching for his breast pocket. Chicot reached into his belt and got a pouch. Inside there was a tiny spectacle. They had quite a useful design. This one came with temple passing over the years. This made them more stable than those that simply relied on one's nose for support. Alviss pushed me aside, and when he saw me getting too close to his glasses, Alviss read the letter over the top, and then he crumbled it. He put his glasses away, and he rested his face on his hands. His face was beet red, and his shoulders shook. Chicot ran swiftly to the counter and came back with another glass of ale. He waved the mug beneath Alviss's nose, which picked up the bubbles as they entered his nose. His wrinkled face regained some of its pallor. He said with strange clarity, "Tell the bitch that my son is not for sale." I was taken aback by Alviss's affirmation of his parentage over Chicot. I saw Chicot give a triumphant smile from the corner of my eye. Alviss's admission of his parentage was the birth of hundreds of rumors about Chicot. No one had any doubt that Chicot was Alviss's love child. Now the identity of Chicot's mother was still up for debate. Time?
10 minutes.
Frankly, I never once believed that Chicot was remotely related to Alviss. I began to doubt this even more after witnessing the strange event in the bar. Still, people are always prone to believe the worst of others, regardless of whether there is any foundation to such ill rumors. As soon as Chicot was believed to be related to Alviss, people started looking at him in a new light. My mother was the first person to react to this turn of events. She said to me, "My son, You must stay away from the boy Chicot, you hear? With a father like Alviss, who knows what sort of monster he will become. Alright, that's the end of that chapter. Bye bye, God bless.